General Hospital spoilers update for Tuesday predicts Sidwell's suspicion of Ethan, James's anxiety, and Britt's fear. Let's find out what's going to happen. I think the most unsettling part of Tuesday's General Hospital drama is not simply that Britt looks scared. I think the real question is why Britt looks scared and who she is actually scared for. On the surface, I feel it is easy to assume her fear is all about Rocco and the danger surrounding Cullum. But in my opinion, Britt's expression may be pointing to something darker, something she has seen or learned but cannot fully act on yet. I could be wrong, and this is just my interpretation, but I do not think Britt is only reacting to what happened to Rocco. I think she may have discovered something about Jason. More specifically, I think Britt may have learned where Jason is being held, or at least realized that Jason is closer than anyone expected. And that is where the first big tension begins for me, because knowing where Jason is and saving Jason are two completely different things. I feel Britt may be trapped in the worst possible position. She may know Jason needs help, but she may also know that getting near him could make everything worse. If Cullum has guards around Jason, and if Cullum is watching every move connected to him, Britt cannot just rush in and rescue him. I think that would explain the fear on her face. It is not helpless fear. It is the fear of someone who sees the truth but cannot reach it yet. And I think that is where Tuesday's episode may start building its open loop. I may see Britt reacting to one danger, but the real danger may be somewhere else. I may think the story is about Rocco being attacked, only to realize Britt is also thinking about Jason, Cullum, and the entire network closing around them. Rocco, in my opinion, is becoming a dangerous wild card. I do not mean that he is evil or reckless in a simple way. I mean he is young, emotional, scared, and surrounded by people who are much more dangerous than he understands. I think Rocco may try to say something to Cullum, or he may move too close to the truth without realizing how much danger he is creating for himself. I feel Rocco's biggest problem is that he thinks he can fix something by speaking up. But in a world controlled by people like Cullum and Sidwell, speaking up at the wrong time can become a trap. I could be wrong, but I think Rocco may nearly expose something, and someone may step in before he makes everything worse. That someone, in my opinion, could be the fake Nathan, and that is where the story becomes much more complicated. I think fake Nathan stopping Rocco would look heroic for 1 second, but I feel it would also create a new problem. Cullum may begin to wonder why fake Nathan is protecting Rocco at all. If fake Nathan is supposed to be loyal to Cullum and Sidwell, then protecting Rocco may not fit the role he is supposed to play. I think Cullum is the type of man who notices small cracks before everyone else sees the wall falling apart. This is just my interpretation, but I feel fake Nathan may be walking into a corner. He may have been pretending to control the situation, but Rocco could force him to reveal too much. If fake Nathan protects Rocco, Cullum questions him. If fake Nathan does not protect Rocco, Britt may turn against him. Either way, I think his mask starts slipping. And I think Britt may be part of that pressure. I can imagine Britt knowing enough to force fake Nathan to protect Rocco, even if that protection is not something he wants to give. She may remind him that Rocco cannot be sacrificed. She may appeal to whatever weakness, guilt, or fear fake Nathan still has. But I do not think fake Nathan is loyal to Rocco. I think he is loyal to survival. That is why I feel the cruelest twist may be that fake Nathan eventually throws Rocco under the bus. I could be wrong, but I think he may reveal Rocco's crime, or at least twist the story so Rocco takes the blame. In his mind, that may be the only way to save himself. If Cullum starts questioning him, fake Nathan may decide that Rocco is the easiest person to sacrifice. In my opinion, this is where the emotional punch lands. Rocco may believe someone saved him, only to learn that same person might use him later. Britt may believe she forced a temporary rescue, only to realize she handed fake Nathan another reason to panic. And James, poor James, may be the one who senses the truth before the adults are ready to admit it. I think James feeling uneasy is one of the most important pieces of this story. Children in soap stories often notice emotional inconsistencies before anyone else does. James may not have all the facts, But I feel he understands something is wrong with the man everyone is calling Nathan. The closeness between Nathan and Sidwell may bother him deeply. In James's mind, Nathan is supposed to be a police officer, a protector, someone who stands against dangerous men. So if James sees Nathan acting comfortable around Sidwell, I think that creates confusion he cannot explain. He may not know the words for it, but he feels the contradiction. And in my opinion, that contradiction is the clue. I think James may become the emotional key to exposing fake Nathan. He may not investigate like Anna. He may not fight like Sonny. He may not scheme like Tracy. But he may ask one innocent question that cracks the entire performance. I feel that will be powerful, because fake Nathan can fool adults with strategy, but fooling a child who knows the emotional truth of his father is much harder. This is just my interpretation, but I think the fake Nathan reveal grows more dangerous because this man is not simply a stranger wearing a face. I think he may truly be Cassius, a secret player connected to Cullum and Sidwell. That makes his role more frightening. He is not just lying to one family. He is helping a larger machine. And now I come to Sidwell, because I think Sidwell's move against Ethan may change the whole direction of the week. In my opinion, Sidwell does not fear many people right away. He studies them first. He looks for weakness. He watches who they love, who they protect, and what emotional pressure will make them break. That is why I think Ethan's return matters. Ethan is a new variable. Sidwell does not have enough control over him yet, and that makes Ethan dangerous. I feel Sidwell may begin watching Laura, Sonny, Rick, and Ethan at the same time, but Ethan may stand out because Sidwell has not mapped him fully. Sidwell knows how to push Sonny. He knows how to threaten people in power. He knows how to manipulate fear. But Ethan is different because Ethan's connections are personal, complicated, and not as predictable. I think Sidwell may start looking at Sasha, Holly, and Daisy as possible pressure points. I do not think he needs to understand Ethan's entire life. He only needs to find one person Ethan cannot afford to lose. In my opinion, that is Sidwell's style. He does not always attack the strongest person directly. He attacks the person standing beside them. I could be wrong, but I feel Sasha, Holly, and Daisy could become leverage. A secret kidnapping, a quiet threat, or a sudden disappearance could force Ethan into a terrible choice. And if Sidwell uses one of them to control Ethan, then Ethan's return becomes much bigger than a simple comeback. It becomes the spark that pushes multiple families into one dangerous war. That is why Tracy's role interests me so much. I think Tracy may already understand that Ethan is stepping into a battle too large for one person. Tracy does not always show softness in obvious ways, but I feel she protects people through power, strategy, and control. If Tracy is quietly protecting someone, I think Ethan could be that person. She may not announce it. She may not make a sentimental speech. But she may position herself behind the scenes and make sure Ethan is not standing alone. In my opinion, Tracy joining the fight against Sidwell and Cullum would be a major shift. It would mean this is no longer one person's private revenge or one family's crisis. It would become a Port Charles alliance. Sonny, Tracy, Laura, Ethan, and maybe others may finally realize they have been fighting separate pieces of the same enemy. And I think that is the bigger twist. I feel Sidwell and Cullum have survived because everyone has been divided. Britt has her fear, Rocco has his secret, James has his suspicion, Anna has her trauma, Sonny has his enemies. Laura has her public duty, Ethan has his personal mission, Tracy has her private protection. But if these pieces start connecting, Sidwell and Cullum may face something they cannot easily control. I could be wrong, but I think Tuesday may begin that connection. Not fully, not cleanly, and not with everyone trusting each other yet. But I think the first signs may appear. One person notices too much, another person hides too little. Someone gets scared, someone else asks the wrong question, and suddenly the walls around Cullum's operation may start to shake. Then there is Anna, and I feel her part of the story could be the most emotionally intense. I think Anna's possible reunion with Valentine inside the mental health facility could change everything for her. In my opinion, Anna has been trapped not only by location, but by confusion, grief, and manipulation. If Valentine reaches her and tells her the truth about Cullum, especially the deception involving Faison, I think that could wake something fierce inside her. This is just my interpretation, but I feel Anna hearing that Cullum used the shadow of Faison would be deeply personal. Faison is not just another name to Anna. He represents terror, obsession, and wounds that never fully disappear. If Cullum has been using that history as a weapon, I think Anna's shock could turn into rage very quickly. But I do not think Anna's return would be simple. I think she may want to leave the facility immediately, but wanting revenge and being ready for revenge are not the same thing. That is the emotional conflict I would want to see. I think Anna may feel pulled between healing and fighting. And because this is Anna, I feel she may choose the fight even if healing is still unfinished. In my opinion, Valentine's role here may be more than delivering information. He may remind Anna who she is. He may give her the missing piece that transforms her fear into direction. I could be wrong, but I think that if Anna leaves that facility with a purpose, Cullum and Sidwell should be worried. Still, I do not think the show would give the full answer right away. I think Tuesday's strength may be in delay. Britt may not save Jason yet. Rocco may not confess everything yet. James may not expose fake Nathan yet. Ethan may not realize how Sidwell plans to control him yet. Anna may not escape the emotional trap yet. But every scene may place one more clue on the table. And that is why I think the episode may feel tense even before anything explodes. The surprising theory I keep coming back to is this. I think fake Nathan may not be the weak link because he feels guilty. I think he may be the weak link because he is too desperate to survive. He may make a selfish move that exposes the larger plan by accident. If he blames Rocco, James may question him harder. If he protects Rocco, Cullum may question him harder. If he runs to Sidwell, Britt may realize he was never truly on their side. Every path creates danger. And the larger twist, in my opinion, is that the children may be closer to the truth than the villains expect. Rocco may know too much because he was involved in something dangerous. James may feel too much because he knows what his father should feel like. Together, even without intending to, they may become the pressure that breaks the fake Nathan story open. I feel that would give the story real emotional weight. It would not just be about Jason being trapped or Anna seeking revenge. It would be about families being poisoned by lies. It would be about children carrying fear they should never have to carry. It would be about Britt trying to protect people while knowing she may not be able to protect everyone. In the end, I think Tuesday may leave me with more questions than answers. And honestly, that may be the point. I may see Britt staring at a danger she cannot reach. I may see Rocco saved from one mistake only to be pushed toward another. I may see James quietly realizing that something about Nathan feels wrong. I may see Sidwell studying Ethan like prey. I may see Tracy preparing for war without saying the word. And I may see Anna receive the truth that pulls her back into the fight. I could be wrong. This is just my interpretation. But I feel the real story is not about one attack, one rescue, or one secret. I think the real story is about Port Charles finally beginning to understand that Sidwell and Cullum are connected to too many lives at once. And once everyone sees that connection, I do not think fear stays hidden. I think it spreads, sharpens, and turns into action. But I still have one question I cannot shake. If Britt really knows where Jason is, and if Anna is about to return with new information, who reaches Cullum first? Because in my opinion, the answer to that question may decide who survives the next move.